The Solar System, Chapter 21, The Structure of the Solar System. Lesson 1. What is the solar system? The sun and the group of objects that move around it make up the solar system. A few of tiny specks of light that you can see in the night sky are planets in the solar system, but most are stars. It is hard to tell the difference. Stars are not part of the solar system. They are much farther away than any objects in our solar system. Objects in the solar system. The invention of the telescope in the 16th led to the discovery of several planets and many other space objects. Before then, observers had only seen 5 planets: Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. The Sun is a star, and its largest object is the solar system. Its diameter is about 1.4 million kilometers. The Sun is made mostly of hydrogen gas. The Sun's mass makes up more than 99% of the mass of the entire solar system. Inside the Sun, a process called nuclear fusion produces a huge amount of energy. The Sun emits some of this energy as light. This light shines on all the planets every day. The Sun's gravitational forces causes the planets and other objects in the solar system to move around or orbit the Sun. Objects that orbit the Sun. Planets, dwarf planets, asteroids, and comets orbit the Sun. These objects do not emit light. Instead, they reflect the Sun's light. Planets. The figure below shows the 8 planets in the solar system. An object is a planet only if it orbits the Sun and has nearly spherical shape. The object must also have a mass that is much larger than the total mass of all the objects in its orbits nearby. Inner planets and outer planets. The inner planets are 4 planets closest to the Sun: Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. The inner planets are made of solid rocky materials. The outer planets are the 4 planets farthest from the Sun: Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. The outer planets are made of ice and gas. Dwarf planets. A dwarf planet is a spherical object that orbits the Sun and is not a moon or another planet. Unlike a planet, a dwarf planet does not have more mass than all the objects it nearly orbits. The figure on the next page locates the dwarf planets Ceres, Eris, Pluto, and Makemake. The dwarf planets are made of rock and ice and are much smaller than Earth. Asteroids. Millions of small rocky objects called asteroids orbit the Sun and the asteroid belt between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. Unlike planets, asteroids usually are not spherical. Comets. A comet is made of gas, dust, and ice and moves around the Sun in an oval-shaped orbit. Comets come from the outer planets of the solar system. Possibly 1 trillion comets orbit the Sun. The astronomical unit. Astronomers need a unit larger than a kilometer to measure the greatest distances between objects in the solar system. They use astronomical units. An astronomical unit is the average distance from Earth to the Sun, about 150 million kilometers. For example, the average distance of Mercury from the Sun is 0.39 AU, or about 58 million kilometers. The motion of the planets. The Sun's gravitational force pulls each planet towards the Sun. This force keeps each planet moving along a curved path around the Sun. Revolution and rotation. Objects in the solar system move in 2 ways. The objects orbit or revolve around the Sun. The time it takes an object to travel once around the Sun is its period of revolution. Earth's period of revolution is 1 year. The object also spins or rotates as the rotation is its period of rotation. Earth has a period of rotation of 1 day. Planetary orbits and speeds. A planetary object is an ellipse, a stretched out circle. 2 special points, each called a focus, are inside the ellipse. The focus points or foci control the shape of the ellipse. The Sun is at one focus and the other focus is the empty space. A planet's distance from the sun changes as the planet moves along its elliptical orbit. A planet's speed also changes as it orbits. The closest to the planet is to the sun. The faster it moves, that also means the planet farther from the sun has longer periods of revolution. For example, Jupiter takes 12 times longer than the Earth to revolve around the sun. Asteroid. One of the millions of small rocky objects that orbit in the sun in the asteroid belt between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. Astronomical AU. The average distance from Earth to the sun is about 150 kilometers. 150 million kilometers. Comet. A mixture of gas, dust, and ice that moves around the sun is an oval space-shaped object. Period of revolution. The time it takes the object to travel once around the sun. Period of rotation. The time it takes an object to complete one rotation.